What is happening, Truth Babes? We are back with episode 5 of Truth and Pink. And I am slaying my pink day. Shauna, what about you?
No, I have.
No,
I told you I've been having a day full of I don't want us.
I don't
I
want
don't.
us.
I don't want to work out. I don't want to drive. I don't want to. I don't want to people today.
Hey, that is so
I
valid.
don't
I
want
have
to.
that a lot. I have that more than you, though. Like for you to have a don't want a day, that's really weird for you because you're usually like, yep, where we going? Who we meeting? What are we doing?
Well, I originally wanted to. So yesterday was Chase's birthday. Happy 21st
Right. Happy
birthday,
21st birthday,
Tracy!
Chase.
Once again,
Yay.
I'm not that old.
You're not. You certainly don't
Uh,
look it. So that's the point.
Thanks. And so, I was like, oh, we'll go out tonight too. I could take you to a show. And he was like,
Eh.
I'm tired. Because one of his friends came over last night and they stayed up like all night. And I was super sad because he didn't want to. So then I was like, well, then I don't want
I don't
to.
wanna.
We can have a case of the
Aw.
I don't want us together. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a fine day, you know. It's just been like a.
Well, and so here's the thing too, right? You're coming off of what, a 72? What did you work?
Yeah,
3 day,
three.
3 12s? Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of hours. So not so 12, 24, 48. You're coming out 48, right?
I
I
knew
don't
what
know,
you meant.
36. I can't, whatever.
3 days in a row.
Well, I'm thinking of
But
my
not,
hubby
you're
with
thinking of
24 hours.
24s. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever.
Yeah.
3 days, 3 12s. On top of that, before the trip that we
Oh
need to
my
get
God.
into,
Yes.
but first, I think we need to address the overzealous security that went after you
Oh my
on your
God.
way home.
Okay, so we went to Boston. Went on this huge trip. It was absolutely amazing and wonderful. It was a mom and daughter trip.
I love
So
that. I love
took
that so
Keegan
much.
and did like the witchy thing, did Salem. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so you come home with souvenirs. And unfortunately, Keegan and I had packed one bag and checked one bag. And I was already at close to the limit. And so we went shopping, we bought all these things. And so then, and I have no scale in the hotel room. So I'm trying to figure out what are we going to pack? What are we going to have to take with us on the
Take
plane?
on. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have like a really good carry on. It's like the personal size. It's rolly. It's great. Has like 4 solid sides. So like candle had to. I went to Yankee Candle. Had to pack the candle because that's heavy. Coffee, all these things. Throw it in there,
God.
like perfect things.
Cough.
And then we get to TSA, and they pull my bag, and I'm sitting there
Mm.
waiting and waiting and waiting, and a guy walks over and then like leaves it, and then touches it again, and then leaves it, and then another lady comes, and finally somebody grabs it and brings it over and goes, "Whose bag is this?" And I was like, "Mine." Okay, cool. He goes, "Is there a candle in there?" And I was like, "No, a candle." And then Keegan says, "Mom, we went to Yankee." I was like, "Oh yeah, big, bulky, Christmas smelling candle." So he pulls it out, and then he pulls out my coffee, and he pulls out a couple of things, and then he has this like little wand and sticks the wand in the machine, and puts my candle back, wraps it up, and then keeps my coffee out, walks away, comes back, walks away, and I'm just like,
What? What,
yeah.
sir? What?
Luckily, I got to the airport like 2 hours early, so I'm not stressing about plane
Okay.
catching.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, this big lady
Because I'm
walks up.
assuming Boston Airport's huge.
Yes, they have I
Okay.
think 3 or 4 terminals,
Okay.
3
Okay.
internet or 3 regular, and I think 1 international.
Okay.
And so finally, this lady walks up and she goes, "Whose coffee is this?" Me and my daughter, right? And I was like,
Right.
mine. I'm gonna have to pat you down. And I was like,
Wait,
okay.
so back up a little bit though. How did they hit on your suitcase? Was there a dog?
No, it goes through the like little scanner.
Right, but it's like it was in its
So
original packaging of
I think the
coffee.
candle was the original red flag.
The Christmas tree smell?
I don't know. It's a candle. It's got a wick. You
Okay.
light it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
think like a criminal, I guess. It's a
That's just
candle.
an odd thing.
Right.
Like,
And so she's like, have you ever been patted down before? Damn, this girl patted me down. And I
under
was
the
like,
bra,
wow.
under,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had to take my beanie off. She's like, all up in my business, my hair. Like, I don't know what you think is in here.
Mm.
And so, took my shoes off, everything. And then walks away. She's like, okay, you can put your shoes back on. And then we're standing there. And then another lady came up and was like, you can't take the coffee home. It's been flagged. I was like, flagged for what? It's coffee. And she's like, it's been flagged for explosives. I'm sorry. What? It's
I am
original
telling you.
packaging from a store.
Right. And they saw it and they were like, we want this good coffee. We've got the shitty Folgers in the back break room. We want this coffee.
And in my head, I was like, I understand that it is a government shutdown right now, and you are a necessary worker, and you are
They're
not
short on
getting paid
coffee
for your time right now, so you just want my really delicious, very expensive coffee that I just bought back from Salem. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, oh, can I at least open it and like put it in another bag or something? And she's like, no, ma'am, it's been flagged. And I was like,
they saw that from a mile away. It went through the little camera. They were like, look, she's got coffee. We need coffee.
And I'm huffy, but I'm trying to keep my cool because it's TSA and they literally can get me to not fly that day.
They hold the power.
So I like, and I'm putting on my shoes, and the lady has the audacity to go, is she mad right now? And
wait, to Keegan?
No, to like another lady standing next to Keegan who was a TSA agent.
Oh.
Sarah, it took every ounce of me to bottle up every bit of earth and not be like, you fucking think so? Because again, she held the power as to whether or not I was getting on the plane that day. So I was like, well, I hope you enjoy my coffee.
Good, yes.
Stormed off.
Yes, I would have said the same thing.
And
but I'm proud of you that you didn't completely lose your shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
I
well,
mean,
you also have a long fuse. You have a pretty long fuse.
I mean, for the most part. Some days, most days, I was livid.
Well, yeah, because that was expensive coffee.
Yeah. And so then, what did I do? I sat down in the terminal, got on my phone and was like, last order of the trip. And lo and behold,
your coffee.
Ship it to you.
But that wasn't the point. Like, the point was you're bringing home a souvenir. You can't be the only person that's ever gone through security line with coffee.
So can we talk Black Craft coffee from Salem? Thank you. It's absolutely delicious. I've already had a couple of cups. You need to work on your packaging because apparently
it hits for explosive. Yeah. So especially because you and Keegan fit the narrative for the explosive coffee.
Lady comes home. But I was like, but then in my head I was like, oh, is it somehow the outside popped for explosives? I don't know. But then next to the candle, were they thinking like explosives and candle? Man, this lady
the candle makes more sense.
2/3 of the equation. I'm still missing the match. But I got 2/3 of the equation sitting in my luggage.
Yeah.
And then somebody came at me and was like, well, maybe they saved you from something because maybe the coffee wasn't good. And I was like, look.
No.
I don't need your reason.
I don't need to hear that right now. They took my damn coffee. I'm going home without my coffee. They cost me more money.
Had to
buy it again.
So anyways.
Yes.
TSA, I understand that you have a very difficult job and it was very
stressful. She
says
through gritted teeth.
I hope you've enjoyed every cup of my coffee.
Complimentary coffee, 5 by Channa.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. It's just so weird. Yeah, the candle would have so made more sense than the coffee.
Yeah.
But
and I got the candle on sale. because it's a like a bunk candle. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you look at it, like the outside isn't perfect. It's got like
Okay.
some
Wobbles in it.
inconsistency. Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
inconsistencies, but I don't care. And so it literally was like $16 opposed to like the 40 of the normal one. And so in my head, I was like Googling, can you take a candle on a plane before and so I was honestly, as soon as he said it was the candle, I was thinking they were going to take the candle away from me, and I was like,
Right.
well,
Right.
candle's only $16. I don't care about the candle, but my
Right.
coffee,
My coffee.
now those are fighting words.
Wrong choice.
Yeah. Ugh. So,
So, but besides the coffee debacle, okay, yeah, tell us how it was driving in a new area. And nothing against people living in the Northeast, that's great, but you're like used to it. I'm sure it's like people who come to LA and have to drive in LA, which we have no issue with. But how was it?
okay, so here's what I don't understand, but I do, but I don't, but I do. So here on the West Coast, I guess we were later, we understood the system of grids. So your
Mm-hmm.
streets are parallel and perpendicular, and they're
Mm-hmm.
grids.
Mm-hmm.
On the East Coast, they're not grids. They're just a clusterfuck. So you've
Right.
got
So it's
like,
kind of like old school, right? All roads lead to the middle or something like that.
oh my god, but then trying to, so here's me trying to drive in Boston, and it's like in 0.1 mile, take the left artery, but stay to the right of the left artery, and
Oh,
then
hell no.
during that same thing, you've got other people coming in, and so like all, it was a lot. Plus, I don't want to say I was being cheap, but they're like, do you want a toll thing? The toll transmitter is going to cost you $65, and I was like, no, I don't want a toll transmitter. I'm not going to take the toll roads. That's not a big deal. Except like the main roads are the tolls. So then, luckily, like on my phone, I could put in the coordinates, and then when I did that, I could click on like, don't take me on any toll roads. But then it takes you through all like the back streets, which was kind of cool because I got to see all of
Different stuff.
Boston,
Yeah.
and I felt like I was with the people.
Boston.
Boston. Um, but man, it was interesting trying to traverse those city streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look, I
Well,
lived
and
to tell.
you live to tell. And again, for us growing up in California, everybody drives everywhere. So there's always going to be, a next exit from a freeway that you can get jump off really quick, turn
Yeah.
around, flip a bitch if you have, like whatever you have to do.
Flip a bitch.
Super easy, right? Well, and then you have
No.
this experience too. Then you go to Texas and they have something called service roads where you can't just get off at the next exit because it's like 10 miles down the road. And so you miss your exit, you go 10 miles more, but then there's just a one-way service road on this side. So then you have to go over and either make the weird thing onto the freeway that's like coming into oncoming traffic and then keep on the service road. And then you're like, where the hell am I? Where's the freeway? Why am I going away from the freeway?
Right.
Because it's so big. Like this Texas is just
Yeah.
big.
Mm-hmm.
So how
Well,
many times you miss an exit?
yeah. I don't think I actually missed any.
Wow.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
round of applause
Kudos to
for
my.
you.
I'm actually
Yeah.
a really good navigator. So like
But
when
okay, so I'm a good navigator too, but if I have to be navigator and driver, it's a little more challenging for me.
well, I did
I'm
a
a good
lot of like
navigator co-pilot, and I'm always telling Jeff, no, next one, this will be a workaround. This is better. Oh, like I'm always telling him that. I'm
right.
not sure he appreciates it, but I'm always telling him. But when he's the co-pilot, nothing. I'm like, babe, am I supposed to turn here? Not yet. Wait, but is it coming up? Like there's
Yeah.
no
Can you tell
direct-
me the landmark at least? I have 0.5
nothing.
miles.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
No. I was concerned that we were going to miss something somewhere along the way. But you want to know what I also learned was that people on the East Coast don't like to drive as much as I think we do. So, like, I had told somebody we were going to go to Cape Cod. I'm going to go to Cape Cod on Wednesday or Thursday or whatever day we went. And somebody goes, wow, that's so far. And I went,
And
it's an hour and a half.
how hour and a half from Boston?
From like Lexington, which is where we stayed. It was like an hour and a
Okay.
half. And I was going to make stops along the way. Like we were going to stop at Gillette Stadium so I could go visit Tom.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then we stopped at Plymouth, and which is also on the way. But part of the day to me is the road trip. So
Right.
I just don't understand the concept of an hour and a half is too far.
For you and I, that's nothing.
Shoot, we grew up 2 hours from Disney, and we would get up, drive our happy 16, 17-year-old asses to
Yeah.
Disney,
Well,
spend
same
the
with the
entire
beach.
day there. Yeah, and not back. Yeah. The
Beach,
beach was
same
an hour.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
With traffic, it might have been 3 hours to the beach, but
I
we
know,
did
depending
it.
on which beach we went to, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we're just used to driving on the West
California has a
Coast
love affair with
more.
their cars.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Maybe that's
Well,
it.
and things in the Northeast are just so much closer too.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go so far to get maybe your clam chowder or whatever you were trying to get,
Chowder.
right? It's all
Lobster.
together. Wait, so is it Boston has the red clam chowder?
I don't know.
You
I
didn't have any.
I chose. So we went to one of these piers in Cape Cod and got fresh lobster rolls. Oh,
Lobster
it
roll.
was it was to die for.
Oh.
And then they had lobster bisque and clam chowder, and you could put them together. And so, 100%, I put them together. I
So was the
ordered
clam
the.
chowder white or red?
I don't know because lobster bisque is red, so when I
Oh, it
got it,
is.
red and but like a light red. So
Oh.
I really don't know because I didn't watch them package it. But it was really good.
That's really good.
I definitely ate my fill of seafood while I was out there, so it was great. But we did all the things, and I want to go back to Cape Cod in the summer, 100%.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Fun.
I mean, fun if we go.
If-
But it was just really cool. Their beaches are way different than our beaches. Um,
In what way?
so they have like they have like dunes. They call them dunes. They're like rolling dunes before you get out to the water. And the dunes are covered with like grass
Yeah,
and like
brush. Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Really pretty. Sand has a little bit of a finer consistency.
Okay.
Um, but like just the dunes walking out there was just so pretty. It's very
Mm.
pretty. So
Waves? No waves?
I think I was like on like a little bay side.
Okay.
Not where we went, on the side that we went. I think if we had
Okay.
gone on the other side, I believe there were waves, but I think we were kind of like in like a little bay.
I love
Because
that.
if you
Yeah,
look at
so
it, it's like Cape Cod is like looks like an arm.
look at your arm. Look at your muscle. Look at your
Looks like an
muscle.
arm. And so we went on like this side or
I
down
like
here.
it.
We went here too, but like I don't know. It's cool.
Love it, love it. Flex it, girl. Flex it. Yeah, never I've been Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, but never been to the Northeast.
Yeah.
I think we flew into like Newark, New Jersey one time, and that's
Yeah.
like
Well,
just airport wise.
the colors are beautiful. Like that was part of what we did too. Salem, and we wanted to drive west, which we did. We spent an entire day driving west in search of those fall colors, and it was just
Yes.
stunning. And because like I called it, what did we call it? Oh, like the Ichabod crane. We were
Yeah.
looking for
The
all the covered
bridges.
bridges, and
Yes.
so that was kind of what
Sleepy Hollow.
yes, the Sleepy Hollow bridges. So we definitely found a couple of those, and like had to jump out in the middle and like do like the fun picture. Ha! It's all right.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's so
it
cool.
was a great trip. It was a ton
Awesome
of fun.
trip.
Yeah,
Awesome. And you want to go back, obviously.
yeah, be lots of fun.
Very
So, yeah.
cool. Very cool. All right. Well, thank you for the recap on your trip. And I'm glad you got your coffee. So important.
Me too.
So, since we're talking about coffee, and you and I have started this new venture, you're kind of like my coach, and like we're supporting each other and doing this new.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, we're very careful to use the word diet. We're not
Yes.
using the word diet. This is something that is lifestyle changes, implementing new food. And I think before I've mentioned on the podcast, I'm dealing with a lot of autoimmune issues and high cortisol and just my body just hates me is what I deal with. And I know I'm not the
Oh,
only one.
for
Um,
sure.
Realizing that for success, for, feeling better, more energy, switching to carnivore, really, it helped in that way. However, and learning this now with the journey that we're on, the amount of fat was actually doing me bad than doing me any favors,
Doing you dirty.
because apparently, yeah, doing me very dirty, because with autoimmune conditions, as I mentioned, Hashimoto's, high cortisol, insulin resistance, all of these things, which those aren't autoimmune, but the Hashimoto's especially, and type 1 being an autoimmune disease as well, I am going against my body with consuming high fat, even if it's good fat. We talk about the good and the bad fat. Even with the good
Right.
fat, it was too much.
Yeah.
So you brought to my attention this shred that we're
Yes.
starting,
Which is a diet.
and it
Because you
is,
cannot, you cannot.
it's not sustainable,
It's not sustainable. Although
but we're
this one
hoping
is pretty good. But
it is good.
but the idea of a shred is not. Like what
So
we're
I was going to
eating
tell
is
you,
sustainable, but you need to, eat your appropriate macros and your appropriate calories when you're
right,
not shredding.
right, right.
The purpose of a shred is just that.
And I think, because I think, was the one that mentioned this, I think I'm replacing shred with actually anti-inflammatory foods,
Yes.
because that, I think, is consistently key with the high cortisol, which
100%.
my nervous system is just, it's stuck in fight or flight. There's nothing I mean, I've
Yeah.
tried what I can try.
Well, and that's what we were talking about. Like you were frustrated because you've been doing what you thought was right the last couple years, and although your A1C is in an amazing area, like the needle is not moving. You're like
Right.
literally not moving ounces, anything.
Nothing.
And the biggest thing that we've talked about this week that I told you were not allowed to stand on the scale every single day because it takes some
That's so
time.
hard.
I know
I just
it
want
is
to see an
because I want
ounce.
to too.
Just
I
an
know.
ounce.
But your body has been with this insanely high cortisol in fight or flight, and it's been in survival mode where it's literally hanging on to every ounce of fat that you have because it doesn't know.
It doesn't know which end is up,
Right,
honestly.
because of all this high cortisol, right? And so with all of what we're doing, we are refeeding your body, and we're letting your body know that, hey, we don't need to be in survival mode. We don't need to be in that fight or flight. So it's going to take a little bit of time for like the mechanism to switch so that your body starts letting go of the.
I hope so. I hope so. Well, and we
Girl,
are
I am so
also,
proud of you.
thank you. I haven't, tell me that when the needle moves. Like
Okay.
when the needle moves,
No, but
then
you've
we
talked to
can
me about your blood
celebrate.
glucose the last couple days and like the
Yeah.
wins there and just the
Yes,
how you
big
don't
wins.
need the
Didn't think I
sugars.
would have any more wins because I had a ton of wins on carnivore with
No,
that. But now even that needle has moved.
right. Didn't you say
So,
that you decreased your basal?
yes.
Hi.
So on an
Huge.
insulin pump, yes. So I get a set amount automatically given to me, every hour for 24 hours. I have gone from, it was like 1.03 to now 0.80 an hour. That's huge. That's huge.
It's huge.
That's huge. So even just
I
reducing
love that so
insulin even
much.
more, yeah, that's a lot. And then,
Yes.
of course, my bolus, which is what I would give pre-meals to combat whatever carbs I'm having, I've only had to do like 1.25, maybe 2.30, because my
Sarah.
carbs, even though because don't get me wrong, this is the other point I want to bring up. I am having carbs, which I did not allow myself to have on carnivore. But come to find out, again, with Hashimoto's, carbs are needed to give your body the proper fuel in this way, because
Right.
then your body is hanging on to everything. And sometimes it doesn't put you in ketosis, which is what I thought would happen when I would be on carnivore. Now,
Correct.
for a lot of people, it does work. But for my dysregulated nervous system, it's not working.
But this
But
goes
we're
back
doing
to
long acting carbs. I want to be
yes,
very clear. I am doing, blueberries, strawberries. I'm doing
anti-inflammatory.
butternut squash. I'm getting my carbs that are low on the glycemic index,
Yep.
that are not going to give me a spike. I'm doing bone broth protein because my type 1 diabetes besties need to know whey protein spikes your blood sugar.
Yep.
So if you are on even type 2, you want to make sure you're getting bone broth protein.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best for you. And that has like 3 carbs, but it's long acting,
Yeah.
right? Then I'm combating that with lifting, which we can talk about her exercise a little bit. I'm not going to lie, it's hard. It's hard.
But
But
this is also week 1.
it's week 1.
It's supposed to
I'm
be
not,
hard.
yeah, but like I love to lift. Her shit is hard. Because to me, it also feels cardio. And I was doing the opposite. I was lifting super heavy with little sets. She has me lifting heavy and doing lots of sets. Like that's a lot. I'm not, that's hard for me. And
It's
I'm a
okay.
baby.
It's okay. I know, but like I told you, week 1, you're taking everything and you're doing it almost to the letter and to the T. For the most part, I sit here and I go, "Oh, you want me to do 4 sets of that? I'm definitely doing 3. I'm not doing 4."
Right. But that's also knowing your limit, knowing what you can handle,
Yeah.
not overstressing your body, because those limits to know are important too.
And I also didn't want to soak every night in this week
Epsom
in
salt.
Epsom salt baths. So,
okay, but I am gonna, and I told on myself to you, I'm gonna tell myself at the pod. So I refuse to do burpees. Will not do burpees. I'm not doing burpees. I don't even care if you try to modify the burpee for me. I'm not doing it.
Modify it.
I'm not. I'm like, no, just no burpees.
I'm gonna make you do a burpee.
I'm not doing burpees.
All right, continue.
Okay, draw the line. Okay,
no
you don't want to do
burpees.
shoulders. I don't want to do burpees.
I hate shoulders. You don't want to do what?
I don't want to do burpees. You don't want to do shoulders. I don't want to do burpees. The only other thing that I hate, not as much as burpees, so I do it modified. I do it with the chair. Is I hate mountain climbers. I hate mountain climbers. Mostly because my stomach is hanging a little bit and like my legs are coming up and like hitting my stomach and I don't like that feeling.
Okay, so you could do the modified where you
So
use
I'm on the chair.
Yeah,
I'm on the chair and I'm going faster than I would on the floor because I don't like to be on the floor. Yes, I said that.
But you could do that with push-ups too. Like you can modify your push-ups like that too, so that you're not. Because sometimes it's difficult for us. Like if I don't want to be on my knees and I want to actually do a real push-up.
I'm so immature.
No, it's because we have immature husbands. Both of our brains went to the same place at the same time.
I'm really trying to recover here. That's what she said.
So, anyways, lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Rewind. Okay, so
push-ups.
So a lot of times I'll use like my workout bench for my hands.
Yeah.
So then that way I'm a little bit out of an angle because then I can feel like I'm actually doing the full exercise and I'm doing the actual full push-up instead of doing a push-up, the girl push-ups on your knees.
Right.
I hate that. But I'll do it, but I hate that. But anyways.
It's like when I started at the gym, I had to do the modified pull-up with the little machine that like you can kneel on it, like helps you raise your body because I couldn't do a pull-up. And that's, that's one of the things they tell you that you can measure that you're in really good shape or like younger than your age. You have to be able to do a pull-up, a push-up, and a plank, I believe it is.
I don't think
so
I've ever been able to do a pull-up.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really.
I think you could. Look at those arms. I think you could. You just don't have the...
Right. They say you're not supposed to feel like you're pulling your body up, but that you're pulling your back, that you're
down.
Pulling the bar apart. We have a pull-up bar here, and it's like a pull-up and a tricep dip thing, I think.
Okay, well, if you're gonna get me to do a burpee, I'm gonna get you to do a pull-up. So.
All right. Well, the day you do a burpee. Well, no, I mean I try. To be fair, it's not like I just don't think that I am not physically able to do.
I think you're struggling because they always talk about if there's a crisis, that whole thing, expect a self-rescue. You might have to get out of your house or you might have to, like, if you're having to vacate and jump a wall and get over a wall, you need to be able to have that upper body strength to get up over the wall.
Look, in the zombie apocalypse, my adrenaline will be high, and maybe I can do it. But when my adrenaline is just normal, my body's like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
So, was
So, in
it?
the event of a zombie apocalypse, I intend to run faster.
So, do you know that that's referenced on the CDC website?
What? A zombie
The zombie
apocalypse?
apocalypse? Yes.
Stop. Is it really?
Well, as of 2020, it was. I don't know if it's been
Oh.
updated, but yes, zombie apocalypse is on their website.
We joke about that here at the house all the time. In
We
case
do
of
too.
the zombie apocalypse, but it's a joke. I didn't know that it was actually printed somewhere. For
Yes,
reals.
yes, yes,
For
yes. Again,
realsies.
as of 2020, it was. And I might have even been 2019. Jordan did like a whole story on it. And yeah, she had to cite the CDC website.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the
So
CDC, huh? I'm going to go tonight. I go to the CDC for referencing lots of nursing
zombie.
stuff. But yeah, CDC and zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Yeah. Let us know. Fact check me.
I will. I'll
This
come
will be
back
a good
next
fact
week.
check. Yeah. I love it. But
Yep.
yeah, so anyway, talking back to food and things like that, you have always said, and we talked about this, it is so individualized,
Yeah.
right? I would love to be able to sit here and say, I'm not going to gatekeep. I figured out what you need to do to lose weight. Like, here it is. I would love to be able to say that. And you see a lot of fitness and nutrition influencers say that. I have what you need. I have the meal plan. I have all of this stuff. But it is not. And that brings me to the next point of you were able to determine, I don't know if we want to mention the program, up to you, but you were able to determine based on my weight and like what we were doing as far as the shred. And so you were able to say, okay, you need to be between this and this for calories. And it gave you or gave me my macros, fats,
Right.
proteins, and carbs.
Right.
But because I am that 1% that just can't eat like everybody else,
You can't have
I
the
had to
dairy.
turn that into a plan. Yeah, I had to turn that into a plan that
Right.
I could actually follow
Right.
without, you know, putting my body under more
Well,
whatever
and then
this
making
is.
sure that everything was again, back to the anti-inflammatory, making sure that everything for
Anti-inflammatory,
you was anti-inflammatory because that
low
high
glycemic.
cortisol
Yep.
meant you have to, you just need to rid your body of those things currently. So,
Right. Right.
no, so it was, no, and we can talk about it. So, last year I started the Mini Beast by Miss Carrie June. And I did her program. It's an 8-week program. I think I lost like 20 pounds or so, but I was in the best shape of my life. And I actually won her little contest. She did like an 8-week contest, and I won. Well, I got second place, and I won some money, and it was really cool. And it was just awesome to feel so accomplished, but then also have a good guide moving forward. And
Right.
so it's easy for me to redo a new 8-week
Right.
thing,
Right.
but then also take a look at what she wants like you to do, but then
Right.
tweak it for, okay, we need to make things more anti-inflammatory, and we're taking away this aspect of it because you can't have the
Yes.
dairy.
Yes.
And
Well,
and
and
then
she had four good options for those that don't have to worry about high blood sugar,
right,
cortisol,
but you did.
Hashimoto's. I have all of these other tick, 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 tick things that I need to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I check. So, say what you want about AI. I was able to go to the bots and
Yeah.
be like, okay, here's the protein and the macros. And then I was able to put in there also doing a shred. She says it's okay to reduce by 300
Right.
calories if this is something that you need to do fairly quickly. And
Mm-hmm.
like all of this. So, I had this pot of information that then the bots were able to give me a more individualized plan based on I said I can, can't do this, can't do this, can't tick 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 tick, right? And it was like, okay, here's your plan. Here's where you need to be timing around your pre and post workout.
Right.
Here's how much protein that you need. Here, like it was everything her plan was, but individualized to me. Now,
Right. But we had
it
to take that. And you can pay really good money for a good like dietitian, nutritionist slash trainer who can give you that. But you're gonna spend hundreds and hundreds of
yes.
dollars
Yes.
to
Yes.
get that information. So we were able to kind of take a framework
Yep.
and go, okay, this is a great framework. Now let's make it better
Specific it up. Yep.
specifically for you.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep. And yes, it remains to be seen if I'm going to have results. However, already having to reduce the insulin feels like good results. Now, again, I was able to do that with carnivore. So we'll see, hopefully in 2 weeks when I'm allowed to get on the scale.
if it's moved.
If
right?
it's moved.
But that's
Right.
also why I told you to take measurements as well, because
And I did.
sometimes we are gaining a lot of muscle,
Mm-hmm.
which the muscle mass, yes, 1 pound of muscle and 1 pound of fat,
Yes.
one and one. It's both pounds.
Yes. Yes.
But we're gaining muscle a little bit faster than we're losing the fat, and so that causes us to be, and that's why, like right now, I try not to focus on the scale anyways, because I have this number. We have these. I think as females, we get this number stuck in our head.
Sure.
Oh, I want to be this.
Yeah.
But is that really you're supposed to be at if you
Right.
are fit?
Is that
the
your
need?
homeostasis for your body?
Correct. Or is
Just
that
because you
this
want to be
mythical
109.
unicorn
Right.
number that you're
Right.
like, yes, this is what I need to be. But is that really what you need to be?
Right.
So,
And again, muscle weighs more than fat. So we have to take that into consideration. But I feel like I need to see some fat movements.
I know. And I do too for you.
Thanks, I think.
Well, I just
That's like the Baymax hug, I think.
No, la 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 la. No,
Is she calling me Baymax?
But
What is
no. But I want that for you because
I know you do.
I want you to have that win.
Yeah. I don't
want
take
you
offense to it.
have-
I think it's
I want you to have that win. Oh, jeez, here we go again. Shauna
when she
said,
says honesty, like she's literally meaning honesty.
so
Don't ask her if you look fat in those jeans unless you want to know if you look fat in those jeans.
You should change.
You should change.
I don't think those are the jeans for you.
I don't love that for you.
I don't love that for you.
Let's see what else you got.
Let's go to the closet. Let's try again.
But in your defense, you can be told the same thing if needed. Yeah.
Yes. Please tell me
Yes.
that I don't look good in that. Because then if you go out with all of your friends, because I know we've all been out, and it's hard not to judge. Sometimes I have learned to keep it to myself, but I'll be with a group of girls. And
Not if it's somebody you know, because
Right.
we don't want you to keep it to yourself.
Right, but you'll see somebody who's highly inappropriately dressed for their weight, and she's surrounded by friends. And in my head, I think, what the hell kind of friends does she have that nobody said anything to her? Or maybe she's just so confident in her skin that she's like, I don't care what anybody
Don't
else
care.
thinks. And
Which-
if that is the case, girl,
Then
give me
go.
some of that.
Go. Yeah. Okay, but, and this leads me to the next. Did you watch the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
I didn't.
Okay. Guilty pleasure. Watch it almost every year.
I would if I knew when it was on and how and where and why.
Well, I think it's on Amazon now or YouTube. It was live like a couple days ago.
Who was
Anyway,
the performer?
it was Missy Elliott was at the end,
Ooh, I love me some Missy.
but the two girls before that,
You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
One was Latino of some. I mean, she was really good, and she sang her song in Spanish, or maybe she was Colombian. I don't know, but it was very good.
Okay.
And then before her, Megan, I didn't know. I'm
Melanie? Melanie? Was
No,
it Melanie
May-
Martinez?
no, like Megan Bear or something like
Okay.
that. I don't know.
All right.
No, I know who Melanie Martinez is.
Okay.
This was not her.
All right.
All super cute. Of course, Missy Elliott was.
Slay.
Yeah.
This takes back to our
Yes.
teens and 20s.
Yes. But they had not only did they have a very diverse set of models, which I love Adrina Alima, and I love Gigi Hadid. I think she's just so pretty. Very, very, but they had some Asian models, super pretty, all of the black models, super pretty. And then they had some bigger girl models, which I was
Okay.
like, hey, the amount you're talking about confidence, the amount of confidence that these women had to have floors me. And I'm saying I'm
Sure.
internalizing that to me
Yeah.
because there is no way in hell I could do that. But it was really cool to see
Yeah.
a bigger body represented,
That is
right?
awesome.
Because
Especially by Victoria's Secret because
right, they always come
they
in smalls.
definitely
There's never
yeah,
a bigger
but I
size.
have noticed so in store they don't really advertise the plus size girly.
Right.
But if you go on their
It's
website,
there. It's
it's
there.
there.
It's there. But that brings me to my next controversial thing, right? So to me, yes, everybody's body type is different. Like we just said,
Hmm.
what you want your weight to be and what your body's actually going to be at and happy at may be two different things. And it might
Right?
be a little bigger. It might like a little extra, like whatever it
Yeah.
is. But I'm always thinking about my daughters, right? And the message that we're sending to them. And I do feel like while I appreciate representing all sizes of women, we have to, I feel, be promoting healthy
Yes.
versus body confidence in somebody who may not be healthy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I oh, yeah, I guess this is kind of controversial,
It's
right?
very
Because I think that
controversial.
it's great that we're putting out there like the plus size girlies,
Ye- Yes.
but we're sitting here talking about our health and our wellness, but
Our
health and wellness,
BMI.
right? Health and wellness does not necessarily mean a BMI of 20 or under, right?
Right. Right.
Uh,
We don't all have to
but
be size 0. That is not at all what I'm
Right, because
saying.
that's what we saw growing
Right.
up were the
And that's why we all
supermodels, that
had eating
skinny.
disorders. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. But so now I think that healthy is in, athletic, healthy is in, and that's what we need to be telling our little girlies.
Yes.
Because no, you're right, because I sometimes think, okay, like I don't want my daughter to, like, look at, we talk about the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time we eat well, 20% we don't. So yes, let's indulge in the
Yes.
carbs or the
Life.
sweets or
Life.
the ice cream.
Yeah.
And I want my daughter to obviously prescribe to that as well. But if she's going to do it a little bit more than 80-20, then I need her to be active.
Right. Right.
And so I
Because
think we
we
should
all
be,
know, and this isn't new, but I think they're talking about it more. We all know now they're talking about sitting is the new smoking. If you are sitting, if you are sedentary, if you are
yes, that
not moving,
sedentary lifestyle.
you might as well go smoke a pack of cigarettes. And we all know how harmful cigarettes are now, right? We didn't know
Mm-hmm.
that before. We know now. But now sitting, and there's this whole demographic in, I want to say Gen Z, maybe millennials, where, the term bed rotting has become very popular. And it's, it's okay to have those days where you don't. But I find even when I'm having a bad day or I don't want to people, I just know if I just go on a walk, I actually will feel a little better than if I actually allow myself permission to just binge watch Netflix for 12 hours. I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like it's that whole inner, voice that you're like, "Oh, this is so comfortable." But then you've got all these thoughts and angst and anxiety and like all these things moving, whereas if you just go take a little walk,
Right. And that's, they do say we need to get up and moving, and I think that's part of the issue with like some of the younger generations is that they grew up in front of a computer, they play games for
tablet,
hours, and
phone.
they
Yep.
kind of, and but then at the same time, yes, they're playing with their friends, but they're almost alienating themselves from their
Yes.
friends too, which
Yes.
as a parent is a little
It's hard.
scary.
Yeah. It's
But
hard.
yeah, it's not like we can tell them. I mean, again, we talk about how our parents locked us outside and said, "Get the fuck out." And
Bye.
here's our kids. I remember Jeff tried telling Cooper to go outside one time go outside and use your imagination. What am I supposed to do outside? And he's like, go use your imagination. And Cooper goes, I hate my imagination. Damn, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, I need them moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard for people because
It is.
they're their own worst enemies.
It is. It
They
is.
keep saying you got to get out of your own way.
Yeah, you do. You do. And I think it's something that people, even our age, need to pay attention to because again, the older that we get, if we stop moving, what's that silly saying on the whatever, there's a medicine out there, a body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays at rest,
Yeah.
right? So the more you sit and do nothing, the more that's all your body wants to do is nothing. But the more you move, and you hear all kinds of fitness level people say this, oh, they don't feel good that they missed a workout. They have to go do something. They have to go, do something. Their body's used to moving. Now they've got pent up energy, like they need to go move.
Yeah.
Or the person that is not moving, they're,
Well, it is. It's super important that we move. Sedentary lifestyles are so bad
it's
for
so
you.
bad. It's so bad.
For you.
And to be fair, I think for us, we called them couch potatoes. I don't think bed rotting is new necessarily. It's just the new term. But I do feel like whatever you say, couch potato, bed rotting, it's the same thing. And you're just sort of inviting this, non-movement.
Sure. And then you doom scroll and you get further down and then you feel bad about yourself. You feel bad about your day. And it's just, it almost worsens your mood too.
Right.
And I
right.
definitely think that it contributes to the depression
Right.
that
Right.
people have.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because you will never find, and I learned this a long time ago, like you think about runners, right, who are running all the time. You will never find a runner in a bad mood. Like those people are happy as shit because they've got their endorphins just flying all over the damn place.
Happy people just don't go around killing
They-
people.
That's exactly it. It's exactly it.
What is it? Happy people? No. Happy people have endorphins. No,
Yeah.
What's the quote? Dang it! Now I'm forgetting.
Yeah, she from Legally Blonde, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Because they don't. And like I said, I'm not saying you'll never meet a runner that doesn't have a bad day, but most of the time, if you've ever spent time in that with those runners,
They're just in a good mood.
they're just happy people. They're just
Yeah.
having a good old time. And I think that's, and back to my point of sort of showcasing or highlighting a different body type, I do think that's important. I do think that's healthy, but to
Yes.
what extreme? To
Sure.
what extreme?
Sure. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And again, I didn't see the plus size girlies, so I didn't see how big.
No, and
were-
to them, I didn't think that was unhealthy. It was nice to see that, but there
Yeah.
are influencers out there that, don't care what they're wearing. They are confident in their body, but is it too much? Just like the anorexic girls, right? Is it too much that you think that's pretty
normalizing something
when
like
you
that.
need to have some fat on your body?
Right, because we shouldn't be normalizing the emaciated body
Exactly.
either. We should
Exactly.
be normalizing and calling that
Morbidly
normal, calling
obese.
that-
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like both
Right.
sides of the scale need to be.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Well, because you always hear them talking about, what was it? Marilyn Monroe was a size 12. That was an average size woman
Yeah. What
back that was
happened to
size
that?
12. Right.
Betty Grable, right?
Right.
Betty Grable.
Right.
Like they
And
were
Jane
curvy
Russell.
girls.
Yes. Well,
So what
and Jane
happened?
Russell, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Jane
even look
Russell
at
had the
Betty
big
Boop at the time too. Like
Right.
even the cartoon character, we had
Right.
some curves, and
Right.
that was the normal. That was what we were telling women is great and good for
It's
you.
great.
And somewhere
Yeah.
along the line,
I want to say it was in the 60s. I forget exactly. I think her name was Twiggy. She was on Laugh-In, I think. And she was like very popular on this show. And it became, she was very petite, very skinny. That became the new, like, we need to push everybody to that.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
So late 60s, maybe early 70s.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, I mean, Marilyn Monroe was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know
She
what
ha-
happened.
I don't know what happened.
Anyways,
But yeah, but no, I do think it's important to talk about these things though, because as women, it is the forefront of what we mostly
Sure.
see in ourselves, see in other women, compare ourselves, are influenced by.
Yes.
Men don't have this problem. Men are not out there going, gee, Jack, I think you don't look good in those jeans. Like,
No, they don't care.
they don't care.
I wish I had that level of I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's ingrained in us.
It is. It is.
100%.
It's societal. It's from our mothers. I remember, we talk about eating disorders. I remember it was in my 20s. And I remember one of my doctors or endocrinologists had said to me, just remember insulin makes you fat. So what did that in turn do? And there wasn't even a name for it at the time. Now there's a name for it. I started restricting my insulin so that I wouldn't get fat. Come to find out that's actually a thing called diabulimia. Had no idea that that's what I was doing, but I was operating with seriously high blood sugar because what happens when you have high blood sugar? You lose weight, you pee, you can't hang on to anything. And so I was going through this because I was deathly afraid to gain any weight because insulin, I was told, makes you fat.
Wow.
And there's truth with that, but it's also a hormone that we need. I needed to concentrate on regulating my blood sugar, and I didn't.
No, because it wreaks so much havoc on you later, like your
Right.
cardiovascular.
Yes. I'm well aware what I did to my cardiovascular. But again,
it was your endocrinologist.
Well, but not knowing that was even considered an eating disorder. Like, I didn't know what I mean, I guess I innately somehow knew that I probably wasn't doing the right thing and I was starving myself somewhere, but I wasn't like, I wasn't trying to be, not eating because I was still eating.
Purpose,
right.
Per se.
Well, I was.
But I mean, you were doing it on purpose, but you didn't realize the gravity of what you were doing.
Right. Not only in the immediate, but long lasting.
Sure.
So yeah, and I feel like most women have a story in some capacity of either dabbling and or going full force with an eating disorder. I just think that's around everything.
And I don't want to say I never had an eating disorder, but like in your 20s when you are already, like I was already fairly skinny. And then all of a sudden I've got a wedding to go to. Well, okay, that was when ephedra was around. So, hey, let's just, I just have to take some ephedra for a month.
So you're talking like fen-phen.
Well, a fen-phen was around, but ephedra was ephedra the main ingredient in Fenner? I thought
ephedrine.
No, but I think fen-phen was the Phenergan, which might have been like an, I don't know.
I know what you're saying. It's literally it's literally legal speed,
right?
Or at the time it was before they pulled it.
And so I literally would take. It was my girlfriend Kelly's wedding, and the dress didn't fit me, and the people tried to tell me that I gained weight, and I was like, "Fuck out of here! I haven't gained any weight." But I had to lose some weight to fit into the dress properly. So I was like, all right, the only thing I can do is the ephedra. So,
starve
go to
yourself
the GNC
and take some,
and get yourself a pill and twice a day. And made you like super
and don't
zippy.
Eat. Right.
Yeah, it made you super zippy and you didn't want to eat.
It sounds like a win.
Sounds like a win. And that was it. But that was normal for us. And so now we know that that's not healthy and that's not good for us.
Right.
Maybe that's why they pulled it from the damn market. But I don't want to say. So I never had like an eating disorder, but I definitely.
But maybe unhealthy eating habits
where I would do things like that. Oh, hey, I have to lose weight. Let me take the pill.
Yeah.
To streamline that process.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was unhealthy eating habits, which is essentially the same thing. But
Right. Well, I think these are good conversations to be having. I do think, like you said, okay, so you didn't actually have per se an eating disorder, but it wasn't the best way to be treating your body.
No,
your little ticker was probably beating out of it.
I don't even want to know. Made you nauseous.
Yeah. Because you weren't eating, obviously, and you had all, overload, stimulants is basically what it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wonder what would pop on a drug test. That's my nurse brain going, I wonder if that was was that considered an amphetamine? Like, I don't even want to
Legal.
know
I
what I
mean,
was
it was
putting.
legal. Yeah.
Right. Oh gosh, now I want to like go down the rabbit hole and look and
Here's
see
another rabbit hole.
what was I doing to myself. Oh jeez.
Yeah. And like I said, mine didn't even have a name at the time. Or if it did, I was unaware of it.
Right.
But then getting more educated, learning more about it.
Sure.
Yeah. Come to find out it was diabulimia. And I was just like, just playing, Russian roulette with my amounts of insulin I would give.
No, so I'm glad that we're much more informed now. And if we don't know
Yes.
the answer, then we're making ourselves informed. And
Yes.
yes, then passing that information on to our friends.
Yes. Share it with
And
your
yeah,
besties.
we're not, like you said, we're
Uh,
not gatekeeping anything. If I
no.
find
And this
something
is
that
all
works for
about,
me,
right. And this is all about dishing the truth. We are truth
right.
babes. We are speaking our truth. We are trying to give good information. If you have something, to say in,
Yeah.
disagreement, please
Let me
say it.
know.
Please let us know. Absolutely.
And again,
Absolutely. And so, $64 million question, I guess, to end with then is diet and or nutrition. If you could only do one, would it be diet, nutrition, or would it be exercise? My answer is, while we just talked about being active and moving, and that's incredibly important, having the right food to fuel your body, as I am learning with all of the tick, tick, tick things I have to worry about, to me is more important. They are equally important, but if I could
I see
only
what
do
you're saying.
one, if
Then
I
you
could,
have to be.
then it would have to be the food.
And so, yes, although I hope that there's never a world where it has to
Sure.
be one,
100%.
but there is that saying that abs are made in the kitchen, and that is 100% correct. That if you're not fueling your body correctly, then your body is still going to do the fight or flight thing, hang on to the
Mm-hmm.
fats, do all
Mm-hmm.
of the things that you don't want it to do. It's super counterproductive to what you're actually trying to do.
Right.
And then
Right.
also, if you are not eating properly to fuel your body, then you can get other illnesses because
Sure.
you're not.
Sure.
So at the end
Sure.
of the day, it comes down to you have to be fueling your body. I
Right.
mean, you just have to fuel you have a daily set in order to just survive. Your body needs this amount of
X amount.
nutrients,
Mm-hmm.
X amount of calories. That is what it needs. And then if you're going above and beyond and working out, and that's why it's so important for you to figure those things out.
Right.
Because then if you're adding in like this crazy exercise regimen that we're actually
Then you're going to
doing,
eat more, and
then
you should eat
need to
more.
eat more. But people
Yes.
think, oh,
Eat less.
I need to eat less. But no, that's so
You need more.
counterproductive. And
Yeah.
so
But that was a hard thing for me to wrap my head
I
around.
know.
When we first started, it was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can eat all this food.
I know.
Right? My body needs it, but I'm going to puke. Like, this is a lot of food.
But you learned to break it up into smaller meals. We don't have to eat those 3 large meals a day.
Right.
You can break
Right.
it up into 6 meals a day with some snacks in between. And I know that some people talk about how you need to have X amount of time between your eating and for your body. And
Again, I think it's individualized. I mean, there
Yeah.
were a lot of people that were in my group for carnivore, and they were doing one meal a day. And they were fasting the rest of the time and just drinking their water. And they were having amazing success. They were eating all their fat all their macros at one meal. So their fat, their
How?
protein. Yeah, they were. I mean, we're talking the pictures that they would put was like, 2 big steaks, 6 eggs, all this kind of stuff. And it was one meal a day. And there's a lot of people. And
No, I
I
could
was one of
never.
those believers. I was one of those believers that it was like, oh, if I could just get down one meal a day, not only would that be great, that I'm fasting the rest of the time. And we can talk about fasting on another episode because that is a good thing to do as well. But in this, just talking about this right now, you were talking about at the beginning of the show, I have the don't want tos. Well, that's okay. If you are fueling your body correctly, obviously, again, we're talking about being active and not making
Sure.
that a habit. But if you're having an I don't want to day, as long as you're eating the right thing,
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to do damage.
Drinking
Yep.
all your water.
Drinking all your water.
Okay, we're gonna get done with this podcast, and I'm gonna go eat really
Work
quick
and work out. Yes.
with the baby, with the big baby, my 21
The big
year old
baby.
baby. And
Yes.
then, yeah, I am going to go do my glutes. And I'm probably going to go for a WALK. I'm not going to say that word out loud because the
Is it
dog is
doggy?
nearby
Yes.
and she'll go
Go
crazy.
crazy.
So,
So I can't say car in front of mine. I can't. Yeah,
really?
I
That's
can't. Phoebe
funny.
loves the car. She just wants to go in the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't say WALK.
Okay. Well, don't say that. But
I'm
yes, go
looking at
do
her like,
that. I'm glad we kind of got to get a little controversial. Again, no
yeah.
judgment to anybody who's trying their walk and what you need to do. We
Mm-hmm.
always say meet yourself where you're at. Do what you can do, but start.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. One
Yeah.
foot in front of the other.
And if
Start.
you need some help, if you want guidance, if you want unsolicited advice, tell us.
Truth.
Come
Yes.
talk to us about it.
Yes. And anything you
We're
want to hear
here.
us talk about. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are. So,
I want to
yay.
know about this diet. Let me know. Okay, I'll give you my unsolicited advice.
Right. And
Sure.
again, though, that may not be what I can do, what
Mm-hmm.
you can do. If you feel that it's good for you, if you found that magic sweet spot, great. I thought I had found it, and then I was blaming everything on perimenopause. I
No,
hope maybe I have found something else
a
to move that
recipe that
needle.
works. We'll
You
see.
guys will all keep me accountable, and we will see what the results are live
I'm
all
so excited.
together. Yeah. So that is our Pink Day Truth, babes. We love ya.
We love you.
And
Thank you for hanging out with us.
yes, don't say welcome back. Don't
Come
say join
back
us
next
again.
week for all the fun and excitement.
And we'll catch you later.
Peace.